Hi, I'm Glenys Jones from Neath. I come down to Swansea to see the unveiling of the plaque for Pete's arm, because I like Pete very much and I knew his brother John as well. Is that it?
What about his famous record?
Oh, it's Without You.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Have you got that record?
Oh yes, definitely. Yeah. And we're going down to the concert at the Grand Theatre after as well.
Yeah, well done.
Hi, I'm Tony Wynne Jones from Radio T Coed, which is a local community radio station, and it also goes out around the world on the internet on www.radiotiercoed.com. We got listeners in California, Sweden, Greece, you name it, we got them. And of course, when I'm on the air, I play a lot of Badfinger songs because the boys brings back so many memories to me, because I used to work with them years ago when I was a DJ at the Top Rank Suite. I think it's still there. Don't think they've blown it up yet. But basically what we're going to do today is to record the events and the concert, and Kelvin Dibble, who's with me as well from Radio T Coed, we're going to be recording the concert and hopefully to put out on the air at a later date. We were hoping to do a live thing. I will be doing a live into via the phone, but that'll be a bit later on.
Who you are?
Yeah, I'm Di Jenkins, former member of the Iveys, and we had such a good time in the time of the 60s when it was Beatles and rock and roll was big, and we started off as a youth band in a youth club, and then progressed, got better and better, bought better equipment, and then become sort of around the clubs and the pubs and stuff.
You started off over by that in the Ivy pub, wasn't it?
No, it was in the commercial. We used to practice up in, is it Forest Park? Not Forest Park. It's in the commercial inn. I remember practicing there, and they used to practice mainly in my house in Oxford Street, but the neighbours really loved. But we progressed and we joined JV Entertainments, which was Bernie Lay's agency, which was just down the road there in the lane, and then he booked us to places like the Ritz, Skewin, where all the big bands used to come. We used to support the Who and the Hollies, and some of the why we picked the Iveys was we did like the Hollies, used to do a lot of Hollies numbers and that, and it progressed and we got better and better and better. And one night we played with the Mojos, and at the time we didn't know that the Mojos manager, Bill Collins, was sort of dissolving partnership with the band, and he was looking for another band, and he's seen us as his next band to move away to London. And we were all at apprenticeships at the time, but we packed in our apprenticeships. We had a big meeting one night with Bill Collins down in a pub in Swansea, I forgot which one it was, and we decided to pack in our apprenticeships and go professional to London to Golders Green, and we moved in with the Mojos in Golders Green in Park Avenue. And then we were in an agency in London, and we played in places like the Marquee, all the clubs in London, played in the Cavern, Liverpool, up to Blackpool Tower, flew over to Ireland. We were back in part of the move to London was we were a backing group for a guy called David Garrick, which he was going on tour to Ireland, and we went for the audition with him, and he liked us so much he said, I want you to be with my band, and we joined him, and we flew over we played in Dublin and played in Cork and various other places with him, and eventually we tired of him and we wanted to move on, and Pete wanted to write all original stuff and that, so.
Did you get to play his big hits Without You?
No, I didn't, unfortunately. I left before that.
Before that?
Yeah, I did, yeah. And but so I had a glimmer of, the big life, being in a band, and we supported bands like the Cream, the Who, at Wembley Empire Pool, and it was great.
So what are you doing now?
Now, I'm near retirement again. I've retired several times, but I'm in a band. My son is a singer, and we do like pubs and clubs and that around Taunton, Somerset area, and really enjoying it, you know. But we do 2 Badfinger numbers, Living Without You and No Matter What. And yeah, so I'm privileged to be still playing, and especially with my son being the lead singer. So that's
Okay. Everybody up to it. No matter what you are, I will always be with you. Doesn't matter what you do, girl. Ooh, girl, with you. No matter what you do, I will always be around. Won't you tell me what you found, girl? Ooh, girl, want you. Knock down the old gray wall, be a part of it all. Nothing to say, nothing to see, nothing to do. If you would give me all, 'cause I would give it to you, nothing would be, nothing would be, nothing would be. No matter where you go, there will always be a place. Can't you see it in my face, girl? Ooh, girl, want you. Knock down the old gray wall, be a part of it all. Nothing to say, nothing to see, nothing to do. If you would give me all, I would give it to you. Nothing would be, nothing would be, nothing would be. No matter what you are, I will always be with you. Doesn't matter what you do, girl. Ooh, girl, with you. Ooh, girl. Ooh, girl, want you. Ooh, girl, you, girl, want you. Thank you very much.
This is called Day After Day.
I remember finding out about you. Every day my mind is all around you. Looking out from my lonely room, day after day. Bring it home, baby, make it soon. I give my love to you. I remember holding you while you sleep. And every day I feel the tears that you weep. Looking out from my lonely gloom, day after day. Bring it home, baby, make it soon. I give my love to you.
lonely sound. See the grey and sadness all around. See the people go their way. Care not of me and love I've lost today.
Maybe tomorrow I will love again.
I'll never know until I've looked into your eyes.
Maybe tomorrow
I will love again. I'll never know until I've seen her once or twice. And so I'm living for a dream. Each lonely day spent looking for the sunshine. I'll make believe that I don't care. I'll tell my friends I love my life. I'm happy.
maybe tomorrow
I will love again. I'll never know until I've looked into her eyes.
maybe tomorrow
I will love again. I'll never know until I've seen her once or twice. Wherever, whoever you may be, let the light of your love shine through the window of my heart. Then when you colored all my thoughts bright, don't let me ever, ever think of night. No. Maybe tomorrow I will love again. I'll never know until I've looked into your eyes. Maybe tomorrow I will love again. I'll never know until I've seen her once or twice. Maybe tomorrow I will love.
Can everyone hear me? Okay, could everyone who is able to, who's sitting at the front, could you stand up, please, if you can? Come on. This is Swansea people. No, I'm doing that. No. Okay, let's give a standing ovation to Pete Ham and Badfinger, okay? Okay, thanks guys, you can sit down. You might know this song, but you've never heard this version, okay? It's the name of the game, and really, I want you to join in the chorus, okay? If you don't join in the chorus, I'll get you up here to sing it. How about that? Saw the railway master, and I looked him in the eye. I said, would you go much faster if you thought that you would die? Said, not me, sir, I could not care, in fact, I would not try. The protest would not take me far, it's different me not being a star. I lock my feelings in a jar until another day. Oh, comfort me, dear brother, won't you tell me what you know? For somewhere in this paper world is a place where I can go. Oh, long-awaited mother, is it time to make a show? And take your baby to your breast, although I've never passed the
This
test.
guy is the man of the match for us because he's on both stages today. You're going to see him at the Grand Theatre working with the fantastic Bob Jackson. Bob Jackson, ladies and gentlemen, from Badfinger. Bob Jackson, ladies and gentlemen. He's too busy talking. Bob, give us a wave. Amen. So make sure you're at the Grand Theatre to see this phenomenon later on. Bob Jackson, ladies and gentlemen. And sharing the stage with him this afternoon will be Glenn Hyde, who's going to sing 2 or 3 songs for us now. And then we'll have some speeches. So hopefully you can contain the energy and the beautiful stuff. Give it to him.
Thank you, folks. It's great to be here. Thank you very much. There's a song called No One Knows. No one knows it, no one knows it, no one knows it, no one knows how good I feel when I see you glow. No one knows it, no one knows it, no one knows it, no one knows how good I feel when you let it show. Keep it coming, keep it loud, caress me with your body's song. Reach it higher with each side, knowing soon we might fly. 'Cause no one knows it, no one knows it, no one knows it, no. No one knows how good I feel when I see you glow. So just for now, little lady, shadow me. Lean on me. Something tells me that's the way it's gotta be. I can't really show you what the future's gonna be. Just for now, little lady, lean on me. Fall in love is maybe just a fantasy. I miss that we made just the same. Don't forget tomorrow, till the years pass. And if you knew we could, it wouldn't last. Ooh, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, give a Swansea welcome to Alan Vodka. Thank you very much.
Tell me the day and I'll set you free, what you wanna be. Show me the way and I'll let you see what you do to me. Well, it's not enough to live. If you're gonna take, then you'll have to give. We're Father Dark, baby, you and I. Show me the clouds and I'll give you sky if you want me to. Show me the crowds and I'll make you sigh if you take me through. Well, it's not enough to be. If you're gonna look, then you'll have to see. We're Father Dark and baby, you and I. Baby, you and I. Baby, you and I. Baby, you and Show me the way and I'll set you free, what you wanna be. Tell me the day and I'll let you see what you do to me. Well, it's not enough to live. If you're gonna take, then you'll have to give. We're Father Dark and baby, you and I. Show me the clouds and I'll give you sky if you want me to. Show me the crowds and I'll make you cry if you take me through.
Well, it's not enough to be. If you're gonna take, then you'll have to see. We're for the dark, baby, you and I. Baby, you and I. Baby, you and I. Baby, you and I. Baby, you and I.
I love you, Pete Ham.
Today is a really important day, not just for Peter's family and for supporters of the band. It's a really important day for this city. This city is a wonderful city for two reasons. The first reason is it treats its heroes and heroines lightly. What I mean by that is Bonnie Tyler can return from a sellout tour of Europe and people will bump into her in the market and say, "Are you still singing a bit?" Catherine Zeta-Jones will come home from filming some blockbuster in Hollywood. People will see her on the streets of Mumbles and say, "What's happened to your accent, girl?" And when you see your father-in-law, tell him, "I thought he was wonderful in Spartacus." But the worst thing about this city is we treat our heroes and our heroines with lightness. We don't honor them enough. And today is a day that we honor one of our sons. You know when a great idea has its time? Because everybody has the same idea at the same time. There was a meeting at the waterfront meeting, and they had scientists, they had people from the university, all giving their opinion on who should be the first blue plaque in Swansea. I was representing the musicians of Swansea. I'm sorry, I hope I didn't let you down. I got up and said we could talk about lots of people, like Bonnie, like Spencer Davis, but there's one man we should recognize, and his name is Pete Ham. Because his songs have gone around the world not once, not twice. They continue to go around the world. And the important thing is that when we unveil the plaque, we'll honor Peter, but we'll put on record what he did, and we'll also show the kids that get off this train and walk to the train station that if you're a kid from Town Hill, if you're a kid from Swansea, you can still do something amazing and you can change the world. So let's get on with it. Will you please welcome the leader of the City and County of Swansea, David Phillips.
On behalf of the City and County of Swansea, it's a great pleasure to welcome so many people here today to celebrate the life and talent of Pete Ham. I'm particularly delighted to welcome Peter, his daughter, Annie, and his family and friends. As a council, Swansea wants to become a true city of culture, building on our rich history in the arts and in heritage. And as part of that ambition, we've launched a blue plaque scheme to recognise the city's most famous sons and daughters. A city that has produced the likes of Dylan Thomas, John Charles, Griffith John, Emily Phillips, Harry Seacombe, Catherine Zeta-Jones, Rowan Williams, and many, many more, has so much to celebrate and boast. Pete Ham stands alongside these figures in Swansea's story and has the particular honour of becoming the first to be celebrated with a blue plaque in Swansea. And why we're here, rather than outside his house, is that it wasn't far from here that Pete's band, the Iveys, because this is, or originally was, Ivy Place, they used to rehearse, and Ivy Place was a thriving hub of local musicians and bands. Pete went on to become a major influence on the Swansea and British music scene during the 60s and 70s, and as Mal said earlier, will never be forgotten. He wrote many international hits, some that we've heard earlier, and thank you again to all the buskers, that was great. I don't know what people coming off the train think, they get this every Saturday in Swansea. He wrote many international hits, some which, as I said, we've heard, and of course Without You, which is going to close this session here outside the station, which of course has become an international ballad standard. Pete was part of a rich Swansea rock and roll tradition. A tradition that's gone on from then to now. In Swansea we had the likes of Terry Williams, Deke Leonard, Brian Breeze, Freddie the Frog Lewis, Spencer Davis. I would have included Mal Pope for the 60s and 70s, but he would have been far too young. And many, many others. And it continues to thrive today. I did some research for this, and I found on the internet at least 50 bands in Swansea who say they are still performing. And some of those were performing in the 1960s and the 1970s. Pete Ham is sadly no longer with us, but his music and legacy live on today, and it's inspiring musicians and fans across the world. And it's particularly fitting and no accident that we're celebrating the life and career of Pete on what would have been his 66th birthday. So I think one of the things that if you are going to be singing later, what you actually should be singing is Happy Birthday as well. So we hope that today's celebration and this lasting tribute will introduce his music to new audiences, particularly to those in his home city. I would like to thank all of the musicians and all of the people from both sides of the Atlantic who've helped organise this weekend's event. Thank you very much. This is the first of many to come.
We've had a number of quotes from people around the world just remembering Peter. This is from Olivia Harrison, George Harrison's widow. She wrote to us and said, over the years, George spoke with fondness about Peter as a friend and a great respect for his beautiful songs. I have the pleasure of meeting Peter's family, and although I didn't know Peter himself, his lyrics and recordings embody a gentle spirit and a tender heart. Congratulations and love on this occasion from Olivia Harrison. So at that meeting, people wanted to put a blue plaque scheme around Swansea, but it was already in hand. The man who was responsible for helping put that together is Councillor Nick Bradley, the Cabinet Member for Regeneration. Nick.
Hello. As Chair of the committee tasked with honouring Swansea's celebrated figures, I'm absolutely delighted today to be at the launch of the city's blue plaque scheme. Swansea, as has already been indicated, has a huge amount to celebrate. The task of honouring all of our deserving sons and daughters may prove impossible. When the group first met, there was one individual that came forward at the Waterfront Museum to speak with passion and paid a real tribute to Pete Ham, and that was Mal Pope. It was Mal that inspired us. It was Mal that said, we need to put Pete on a blue plaque, and we need to do it quickly, and he needs to be the first person that we recognise. What struck us when Mal was speaking was that despite Pete Ham's undoubted talent and impact, he hadn't been recognised in the way we would have liked across Swansea. We felt that honouring one of our unsung heroes was a fitting way, an important way, and a crucial way to launch this blue plaque scheme. Excitingly, Pete Ham was born very close to here in Town Hill, and I'm a local councillor for Town Hill, so it's a particular proud moment for me to be here today. We all know he went on to form two very influential bands during the 1960s and 70s, the Iveys and Badfinger. A string of hits followed. He co-wrote with George Harrison and Ringo Starr, both vinyl and performing on stage. It was the best song that he became famous for in 1973 that won the Ivor Novello Award that has already been indicated, which was also voted the greatest love song of all time in several national polls. Of course, I'm delighted to be here, and I note that if anyone goes onto YouTube to see the work that Pete Ham has delivered, that he is one of the highest rated artists. Number of hits reached on all of his songs across YouTube. The average 1.6 million hits a year for the songs when you go and have a look on YouTube, and that I think is worth a round of applause. Proof, if any, that Pete didn't just have an impact in Swansea, Wales and the UK, but has a global reach. I'm absolutely delighted today to say the first blue plaque is going to be unveiled for Pete Ham. Thank you.
A couple of things. I've seen so many faces here today that I recognise. Don't worry, none of us are drowning. It's not your whole life passing in front of you. And if you can see through some of the older faces, they're the same people underneath. It's lovely to see so many people here who have played a big part in the music of this town, this city, over the last 30, 40 years. Other people who have commented on Peter, we had a quote from Chris Thomas. Chris Thomas is a legendary music producer, worked with the Beatles, Pink Floyd. He says, "Thanks for inviting me to write a few words about Peter. I worked with Pete between April 1973 and July 1974. That's not very long space of time, during which short time we completed 3 albums. So they didn't hang about, did they? He was not only an extremely talented writer, but a great singer with a beautiful voice. And if that wasn't enough, he was also an accomplished and occasionally fiery guitarist who provided piano parts on many of Badfinger's recordings. He had it all to achieve a long and distinguished career in music. Pete, and this is what Chris says, Pete, wherever you are now, I send you my love and my respect." That's Chris Thomas, the producer. Well, we might have been fighting a rearguard action for Pete Ham in this town, but there was one man who's been championing him for many years across the world. He's not a local boy, you'll know that from his accent. Will you please give a very warm welcome to Dan Matavina.
Pete Ham gave us beautiful, beautiful songs. He gave songs of peace, love, kindness, and understanding. He reached out in full testament of the best of the human spirit. We related to his songs. We could engage in his music. He made us feel warm, protected, happy, excited, joyful. He wasn't afraid to put forward a great melody with the fullest of sincerity and totally embrace it. He was deep, he was real. We feel like we knew this man. He became our friend, our brother, our guide, our confidant, besides someone to admire and look up to. Swansea, you have to be so proud of this man and his accomplishments. Your native son, who had his character, his ideals fostered through growing up in this wonderful town of Swansea. I know of this region's tradition of hard work and effort, of camaraderie, of aiding and assisting your fellow man, of gaining more out of helping and assisting, and rather than your own success. Of working hard and wanting to do an even better job the next time. Pete personified those ideals, the South Wales tradition. Pete was a superb musician and artist, but an even better human being. All of his friends and family, all the fans and most musicians knew how greatly talented he was, and we were all in awe. But even more so, what Pete Ham was a thoroughly decent fellow. I see a lot of his friends and family here, good people. And I know a lot of you have memories of how he and his music has touched your heart. Pete's lovely daughter, Petra, is here today. And though she has never met her father, he has always been a guiding light and presence to her. She learned about her from her mother, Anne Harriet, the lovely Anne Harriet, who is always Anne has always honored and respected Pete's memory with great dignity. Also here is Petra's brother Blair, who Pete treated as if he was his own child. Friends of Pete have told Petra tales of him over the years, and of course, his music informed her of his life story. Those words, the phrases, the melodies, the tasteful guitar licks, it spoke as mini songs unto themselves. The rich, warm vocal that envelops you, that stirs your heart, never lets you down by going out of pitch or doing anything that might distract you. We marvel at his gift of harmonies. And he was an amazing guitar player. Mike Gibbons of Swansea, his bandmate. Mike told me every single take of Peter Ham was good. You could have used it all because he was almost flawless. He was gifted, but it came not just from talent, but because of the very hard work he did. He had a perseverance, a belief in himself that great effort could bring fulfillment and success. When Paul McCartney came to the Iveys and offered his song Come and Get It, Pete very respectfully stated, well, we were hoping to record one of our own songs for the next single. Bill Collins, the Iveys manager, pulled Pete aside and told Pete, you don't ever turn down Paul McCartney. Even earlier than that, Pete Townsend of The Who had offered the Iveys Marianne with the Shaky Hand to record as a single. Pete had also said then, we want to release one of our own songs. He had that belief in himself. Pete had been writing and making incredible demos starting around the age of 19 and 20, and he was farther along in writing, recording techniques, singing ability, and song conception than just about any other 60s British rock artist of a similar age. Ray Davies of the Kinks noticed this talent, and over a year's time, Ray Davies tried very hard to get to produce an album for the Iveys, even while the Kinks were very popular and wildly busy. But Bill Collins held off the many interested parties. Perhaps he was nervous he would get them the wrong deal, but then the Beatles' Apple Records came along, and the rest is history. What many people who knew Pete have made clear was that he had a very gentle nature and was very soft-spoken. Yet, also, he could be a great joker and prankster who loved to make you laugh. He loved to make people smile. Pete was also emphasized as being very humble and treating people with respect. Fans have told me of meeting Pete, being very excited and happy to meet Pete, yet he would tell them back, no, it's my honor to meet you. You're the people out there working hard. I just sing the songs. It's my honor to meet you. That was Pete Ham. Another incident, one time friends of his were kind of casually making jokes about a busker who was struggling at a restaurant. And they were, as people do, making remarks. He stopped them in their tracks and said, no, you need to give this man respect. He's doing the best he can do. That's Pete Ham. Pete was certainly a very well-liked guy, but there were a few in this rough and ready office too, Nick Bradley, and the many people who helped put this together. Most notably, I want to give two names, Andrew Spencer Thomas and Andrew Keene. And thanks to the many fans and old fans who have traveled here for the weekend. Thank you to the people of Swansea, of South Wales, and to all the musicians of the world out there paying attention to this. The songwriters of the world who admire Pete. The sensitive artists who express from their heart, who have felt misunderstood at times, but compelled to continue to create because this is all they know. This is all that makes sense to them. For these artists, Pete is an inspiring figure, a genuine artist who did everything the right way, and his music will always be an inspiration to draw from. So, in final word, thank you, Swansea, for recognizing Pete on what would have been his 66th birthday by immortalizing him with this blue plaque today. And ladies and gentlemen, here for you we have some video clips and some highlights of Pete Ham, the Iveys, and Badfinger.
Peter, do you want to say anything? Ladies and gentlemen, this is Peter's daughter, Peter.
Hi everyone. We're a bit nervous, but you know, I'll be fine. It's just such an honour to be here today. Just so proud of my father, and it's especially an honour because it's in Swansea, and I know how much he loves Swansea as well. Although I didn't know my dad, I still feel very close to him through all of his music and everything that my mum tells me about him. And obviously she says that I look like him and I waddle like him apparently as well. Unfortunately, I didn't inherit his singing voice, which is, I've obviously got that from my mum. Sound a bit like a cat, but sorry mum, but it's true. But I still enjoy his songs, and I love listening to them when I go to bed at night, or if I've had maybe a wee glass of wine or something. That always makes me feel very close to my dad, and just very, very proud. And also I get very upset as well that I've never met him before, but many people don't get to hear his voice or hear things about them, about their father after they go. At least I've got his music, and I'm just very, very proud. I don't really know what else to say. I'd just like to say thanks to Swansea Council as well for putting this on today, and also a big thanks to Dan Matavina for all the work that he does, and Bob Jackson for organising the concert, and all the other members that are taking part in the concert today, and other musicians as well. So I just thanks a lot for everyone for coming as well. Thank you. Bye.
Okay, so as the musicians take their place on the stage, if that's all right, we're almost at time, guys, which is surprising, seeing this is a Swansea event. So to actually unveil our blue plaque, it will be Peter together with Councillor David Phillips. And a big round of applause when it comes off, yeah? 3, 2, 1, go! Fantastic. Get your photographs in now, guys. Make sure you don't...
Well, I can't forget this evening, or your face as you were leaving, but I guess that's just the way the story goes. You always smile, but in your eyes your sorrow shows. Yes, it shows. Well, I can't forget tomorrow when I think of all my sorrow. And I had you there, but then I let you go. And now it's only fair that I should let you know what you should know. I can't live if living is without you. I can't live, I can't give anymore. I can't live if living is without you. I can't live, I can't give anymore. and your faces you were leaving. But I guess that's just the way the story goes. You always smile, but in your eyes your sorrow shows. Yes, it shows. I can't live if living is without you. I can't live, I can't give anymore. I can't live if living is without you. I can't live, I can't give anymore. I can't live if living is without you. I can't live, I can't give anymore. Thank you very much. Thank you.
God bless P. Ham.
Thank you to everybody who's taken part today. Thank you very, very much.